welcome to the deep dive. So, you sent us a huge amount of material this time around. Really fantastic stuff. Basically a collection of core English conversational phrases.
Yeah, a lot to work with.
And our mission today, it's pretty laser focused. We want to pull out the absolute essential must-know phrases for anyone just starting out with English. Things you can actually use, like tomorrow.
Exactly. Kind of an express lane to basic communication. And the range you covered was, well, pretty impressive. Morning routines, hobbies, travel.
Right, everything. It's a super comprehensive starting point.
It is, but, looking at it all at once, it could feel like a bit much.
Totally. So that's where we come in. We're going to guide you through it, pull out those foundational building blocks so you can start speaking with a bit more confidence without getting too bogged down.
We'll really try to pinpoint what comes up again and again, what's, immediately useful, and maybe highlight a few that are surprisingly direct or particularly polite.
Oh, yeah. I'm already thinking of I need coffee. Just, haha, gets right to it.
Isn't it just...
And those polite ways to ask for directions. So essential when you're, lost somewhere new. Okay, should we dive in?
Let's do it. Let's start at the beginning of the day. The morning routine. What are the real basics there?
Okay, well, the absolute cornerstone has got to be good morning. Seems obvious, right? But it's fundamental. Basic politeness in English.
It really is. And then maybe asking, did you sleep well? It's simple, shows you're engaging with the other person, a nice little social touch.
Exactly. They're not just words, are they? They're social cues. They ease you into things.
Right. And like you mentioned, the wonderfully direct, I need coffee.
So common. Almost a shared understanding, Could even break the ice a bit.
Totally relatable. Who hasn't felt that? Beyond those, your material also had some really practical ones for, common morning actions.
Yeah, like if you're still getting ready, I still need to shower. It's just straightforward. Tells people where you're at.
And asking about time, what time is it now? So basic, but, crucial for getting organized.
Definitely. Or around breakfast, just what's for breakfast? Simple stuff.
These are those everyday phrases that just help you navigate waking up and starting the day.
And what's interesting is the source material even has that little nudge. Like, okay, listeners, try repeating these sentences with us.
Yes. That really highlights how important it is to actually say the words out loud, doesn't it?
For sure. Helps it stick.
It's not just knowing the meaning. It's getting your mouth used to the sounds, the rhythm. Okay, so moving on from the house. What about heading out? Going to work, commute talk.
The commute. Yeah, the phrases here are really grounded in daily life. You've got the basics, like how you travel. I take the bus to work.
Or, if you're lucky with the weather, I walk when the weather is nice. Simple ways to share your routine.
And these can lead to more chat, right? Someone says they take the bus, you might ask about the route or whatever.
Exactly. And the material also includes common experiences like, it's crowded in the morning, so many city dwellers can relate to that one.
Oh yeah, definitely a shared reality. And I like the little personal touch in one example. Sometimes I listen to us.
Yeah, a bit of a wink there. But it shows how podcasts or music just slot into that daily journey,
Adds a bit of personality. Okay, so you've made it through the commute, you're at the office. What are the key phrases for those folk interactions?
Well, the source stuff really emphasizes politeness again, starting with a simple, I say good morning to my coworkers.
Just a small thing, but it sets a good tone, doesn't it?
Definitely. Then it moves to the practical side of starting work. I check my emails. That's the first stop for so many people, almost universal now.
And the classic organizer. I read a to-do list. Straightforward action, straightforward phrase. These are all about those initial routines.
Exactly, the verbs that get the workday going. Now, beyond just doing your own thing, what about interacting with colleagues? What are the key conversational bits?
Right, the social side. The material mentions those easy, common topics. Things like mostly the weekend, food, or funny stories.
Or just simply, we talk about food and the weekend. Light, relatable stuff anyone can join in on.
Yeah, they're the social glue, aren't they? Those everyday topics. And the phrase, I eat lunch with my team, that also points to the social side. A common way to connect midday.
Precisely. Routine, but also belonging. Now, something really crucial in any new setting, especially work, is knowing how to ask for help. What are the polite essentials?
Yeah, super important. The material wisely stresses politeness. Key phrases are direct, but considerate. Can you help me with this?
And I'm not sure, can you explain? Very valuable.
They state the need clearly, but respectfully. And the follow-up, thanks for your help, just as vital, right? Keeps things positive.
Absolutely. Gratitude goes a long way. Okay, but work isn't all tasks and asking for help. You need breaks. What about phrases for taking a breather?
The material covers common break stuff. For unwinding, I take a break to relax. Simple, but good to know how to say it.
Or getting active. I go for a walk during my break, getting some fresh air, stepping away.
Yeah, can really help with focus. And there's one about hydration. I drink water all day. Good reminder for everyone, maybe.
Definitely. Staying hydrated is key. All right, let's shift gears a bit. A topic that pops up everywhere. The weather. Basic weather chat phrases.
Ah, the classic small talk starter. Yeah, the material gives simple ones. The weather is sunny today.
Or expressing a preference like, I like sunny days.
And just stating the obvious sometimes, it's rainy today. Easy to grasp, easy to use, perfect for beginners to jump into a conversation.
Exactly. You can almost always comment on the weather. Now, another really practical skill. Asking for directions. Essential polite phrases for when you're lost.
Politeness is huge here. The material highlights, excuse me, can you help me? I'm looking for that. Excuse me, is so important for getting attention politely.
Crucial first step.
And then the direct question, how do I get to? That's what you actually need to find your way.
These show respect and clearly state your need. Gets you the info without sounding demanding.
Right. Okay, another everyday situation. Ordering food. What does a beginner absolutely need to know?
Well, the basics of ordering are covered. You've got, I would like the pizza, please. Clear, direct. If you want advice, can you recommend something? Super helpful.
Oh yeah, good one.
And if you're not ready, I'm not sure yet. I need more time. Just a polite way to tell the server.
Those three plus thank you probably get you through most basic restaurant meals, right?
Pretty much. Okay, moving into social events, like a party. What are some good icebreakers or conversation starters?
Parties can be tricky if you're still learning. The material suggests some great opening questions, like, how do you know the host? It's a natural way to find common ground.
Good starting point.
And then more general things like, what have you been watching lately? Or, what do you like to do in your free time?
Yeah, open-ended questions. They encourage the other person to share, keep things flowing, and they're usually easy enough to answer.
Exactly. So once you're past the hellos, people often chat about hobbies, basic ways to talk about interests.
The material gives simple structures. My favorite hobby is reading. Or, I like playing video games.
I play basketball on weekends. Very clear examples. Easy to adapt, you just swap in your own hobby.
Exactly. Follows that simple I plus verb plus noun pattern. Great for beginners.
Makes sense. And naturally, talking to people leads to making plans. What about phrases for weekend plans?
Very common topic. The material has examples like, I'm going hiking with friends, or I'm having a picnic in the park.
And asking others, what are your plans for the weekend, shows interest.
Right. Useful for sharing your plans and finding out about theirs. Key part of socializing.
And speaking of socializing, movies and books come up all the time. Basic phrases for media tastes.
For movies, simple statements. I watched an action movie. Share what you saw. Expressing favorites. My favorite movie is Interstellar. And asking others, what's your favorite movie, keeps the chat going.
And it's pretty much the same structure for books, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. I read mystery novels. I love Sherlock Holmes. My favorite book is The Alchemist. Same idea. Share your tastes, ask about theirs.
Okay. Now, something that's increasingly common, health and fitness talk. Simple phrases for exercise habits.
The examples are quite straightforward. I do yoga in the morning. I work out at home.
I do push-ups and squats. Describes common activities and locations. Simple ways to say how you stay active without needing loads of jargon.
Precisely. And travel, we touched on it, but it's always popular. Basic travel phrases.
The material has general ones like, I love exploring new places, expressing that interest.
Or preferences. I like visiting the mountains.
And the classic question to gauge experience, have you ever been to France? Or anywhere, really.
Great for starting travel talk or sharing your own interests.
And as you get closer to people, family often comes up.
Yep.
Simple phrases for family members.
Very basic, fundamental stuff here. I have one sister. I have two brothers.
And how you connect. I spend time with my family on weekends. Foundational ways to share about your family.
The building blocks for talking about that really important part of life.
Definitely. Now, things, very much part of modern life. Tech and pets. Basic phrases there.
For tech, super relatable ones. I use my smartphone all the time. I spend a lot of time on my laptop.
And specific uses, I use apps for fitness and productivity, reflects common habits.
Right. And what about pets? People love talking about pets.
Simple intros work best. I have a dog named Max. I have a cat named Luna. And maybe a basic description. My dog is very friendly. Easy ways to share about your furry friends.
Good stuff. Now, weather came up again in the material. Why revisit that?
Well, like we said, it's just such a constant, easy topic for small talk, isn't it?
True. So reinforcing those basics.
Exactly. Reinforcing it's sunny today, it's cloudy outside, or preferences like my favorite weather is spring. It just hammers home how useful they are day to day.
Makes perfect sense. Okay, moving on to other common activities. Shopping and music. Basic phrases.
For shopping, you get preferences. I prefer shopping online versus I like shopping for clothes in stores.
And what you buy. I usually buy tech gadgets. Covers different habits.
And when the chat turns to music.
Basic enjoyment. I love listening to music. Sharing favorites. My favorite band is the Beatles.
And when you listen, I listen to music while working. All very relatable everyday things. The more phrases you have for these, the easier it is to connect.
Totally agree. And the material does another round on movies, food, and hobbies, adding a few more examples. What stands out there?
For movies, it just reinforces preferences again. I love watching action movies. My favorite genre is superhero films.
And sharing recent viewings, I saw the latest Marvel movie.
Right. For food, it gets a bit more specific about cooking. I love cooking pasta. I cook stir-fry with vegetables.
And general taste. My favorite dish is Italian food.
And hobbies revisited. Just broadens the scope, really. I enjoy photography. I paint landscapes. I play guitar for fun. Shows the variety of leisure activities.
Okay, and the same idea for the last revisited topics. Travel, work, and fitness. More examples.
Yeah, for travel, it reiterates the love of exploring. I love traveling to new places. Mentions past trips. I've been to Japan and Italy.
And types of trips. My favorite type of vacation is nature trips.
For work, just basic ways to say what you do. I work in education. I'm in marketing.
Or a little more detail, my job involves teaching high school students.
And fitness adds more specifics. I love running and yoga. Frequency. I exercise 4 times a week.
And preferences again. I prefer outdoor activities like cycling.
Okay, nearly there. The final categories were friends, books, nature, and personal growth. Some key phrases.
For friends, it's about shared time. I like spending time with my friends. Duration. My best friend and I have known each other for years.
And what you do together. We like to watch movies and play games.
Books revisits genres. I love reading mystery novels. My favorite genre is fantasy books.
And format preference. I like reading both ebooks and paper books.
Then moving to slightly more abstract things. Nature.
It's about appreciation. I love spending time outdoors, favorite places. My favorite place is the mountains.
And activities. I enjoy hiking and exploring nature.
And finally, personal growth.
Introduces the idea of self-improvement. I believe in continuous personal development.
Practices like, I like journaling to reflect on my growth.
And taking action. I take courses to improve myself.
Wow. Okay, so wrapping this up, you can really see the huge range of practical phrases in the material you sent, from waking up to thinking about self-improvement.
Yeah, there are fundamental building blocks here for pretty much any basic conversation you might have.
Absolutely. And the key thing for you, the listener, is really just to start using them right away. Don't feel like you have to memorize everything at once.
No, definitely not. Pick a few that feel relevant to your day and just try them out.
Consistent practice, even with these basics, that's what builds confidence. The more you use them, the more natural they'll feel, and then you can move on to more complex stuff.
Exactly, it opens the door.
So maybe here's a final thought. Pick just one new phrase you heard today, just one, and try to consciously use it in a conversation tomorrow. Think about how even mastering these simple phrases can really unlock deeper connections, more confident communication.
Keep listening, keep practicing. It's all part of the adventure of learning English.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with us. We'll catch you next time.